it should be something as a junior and senior in high school.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
You have to pass it. And if you take it very, very long, it should be required. One of them required credits.
By the way,
Plain and simple.
congratulations.
Balancing a checkbook,
Well, we like
doing the
versions.
dishes, learning how to unplug a brain There's certain things that trade schools that we don't learn anymore because we push college. You know what? I don't need to know X minus Y times 7 to the 8th power is ABC.
They're coming back.
I need to know how to make business. I need to know how to not use the whiteboard. You know, there's certain things that
All right. What's up, everybody? It's People in the Boxes, guys, a show that tends to bring people together on common shared topics that we've all had some kind of experience or at least first or second or third hand knowledge or thoughts on. And we want to share it. We want to share what we've experienced. We do get a little bit of into the opinions, right? The opinions fly sometimes, but for the most part, we've all had life experience. So we want to share it. We want to get perspective, right? That's the idea. So it is November 30th, guys. It's the last day of No Shave November. I can't wait. Definitely going to get a little trim up at least. But tonight man, I've talked about this and I gotta be honest. This is probably the most anticipated episode for me personally of the show so far. For lots of reasons, but one of those reasons is I've had it written down for like, I don't know, a year at least as one of the options. I'm like, I know this would be a good one for sure. And so without further ado, if you guys could please hit that like button, smash it hard, and then share us with a friend if you could, please, because guess what? This one's about everybody who doesn't eat food to survive. So let's pull up tonight's co-hosts. Of course, we've got Sir Steve-O in the house, anti-apparel representing. What's up, bro? We've got Jason from the 42710 family, and you've got Kim Axtell over here, the Legit Bean Review Remastered. And actually, Steve-O's got a couple groups. If you didn't know that, Steve-O's got the Certified Army. There's half a dozen. Oh, hey, I saw that earlier. Yeah, I was a little distracted, but yeah, I saw that. But yeah, very cool, guys. I appreciate everybody coming. And obviously, we want to see if anybody in the audience has any opinions or wants to come up and share and talk about it. I believe Mike Hood did say he was going to be here. I don't know if he's coming up or not, but Mike Hood did say he's off tonight. So definitely want to see if he wants to come up and talk about it. And anybody else, guys. Ted, we got Ted Hanser in the house. Come on, Ted. We need Tedables to come up and talk about it. Let me go ahead and put the link in the Wayland the Indoor Farmer side. What's up, Shauna Parker? What's up, Mia? What's up, Trent? We've got Ted in the house. All right, let me put the link
Got
out.
18 amazing people here already. So cheers, everybody.
I went crazy on the event. I went in there and I can only share 50 people at a time, and then I got to scroll down, and then so I did that for probably an hour today. I probably invited a couple thousand people. I don't even know.
There's Mr. Mike Hood himself right there, brother.
There he is, Mike. I just put the link in on the Wayland, the indoor farmer side. If you're wanting to come up, bro, I know you said you'll be able to watch the show, but I didn't know if you were trying to come. Cool.
Did I see Ohio's Friendly 420 too?
Yeah.
Yes. There's Ohio's Friendly 420. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
I saw someone tag him. I don't know if he's Shauna tagged him. Thanks, Shauna. Yeah, tag away, guys. Appreciate that. We got Wayne Cruz in the house. What's up, Wayne? Wayne, don't you make edibles too? I thought maybe. Shauna tagging away. Thanks. Elisa May.
Kim, how was your week?
Kim, you're muted.
You're muted.
Drat, the cat got it again. No. Cat got my tongue again.
Go out and if yeah.
Or check
to
the
do
settings.
A whoop. Jump out and jump back in.
Yeah. Frank.
Yeah, that's usually fixes things.
Are you connected to Bluetooth somewhere, maybe?
I saw her say,
Hello,
I saw it. What's up, Frank? Have a good night. Okay. Well, I appreciate you stopping through, man.
What's up, Frank?
Hey, we got special guest.
We got
Mike Hood. What's up, Mike?
Mr. Hood in the building. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, Misfit? How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. Just figured I'd stop by for a little while.
Shauna Parker with the 50 stars. Thank you very much, Shauna.
Awesome.
That helps a ton. We do a lot here at in Maccabee's Live Market, and tonight is just the sweet end of the week show that we do. There's Kim. Kim, hello.
Hi.
Can't hear you still, Kim.
Okay, we hear you.
Guys, come on.
Well,
guys,
missed our chance. Sorry, I would have went with it.
Let's try this again. How was your week, Kim?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Sorry, I was joking.
Can you hear Mina?
Nope.
Yep.
She just went because she wants attention.
Mm-hmm.
My week's been okay. It's been extremely busy. Like
it's Kasia.
Hand over fist. What?
You said hand over fist?
Hand over fist. Busy.
Charlene with the 50 stars. Thank you very much, Charlene.
It's been.
Now, did you have a short week with classes at all, or was it back to full schedule?
No, it was a full schedule. Today was a little bit out of the ordinary. I don't know if you guys saw my post. We had a remote learning day because we had a district-wide esports tournament.
Okay.
So we had hosted all the middle and high school kids. I don't know if it's just middle and high school, but definitely middle and high school kids were there on campus for the esports. And at the same time, we hosted a bunch of elementary school kids for like some kind of an art exhibition. They had classrooms set up for kind of like art workshops for elementary ed kids. But like if you walk down the main halls of the school, our school is like a giant mall, 2-story mall. But if you walk down the main halls of the school, there were like all these art exhibits, huge floor-to-ceiling art exhibits and stuff that the kids worked on for a long period of time. It was super cool, dude. Like it was incredible. I got emotional at one point. I'm an emotional person, but I don't cry very often. And I got kind of teary-eyed just going and just seeing the kids just having a good time and just all that energy, and stuff. It was
awesome.
A super cool day. I work with high school kids all day long, and they're sassy and bossy and they're good kids, and they have their own kind of enthusiasm, but there's no enthusiasm like little kid enthusiasm. And
Right.
so, just to have that in the school and see that in the school was really refreshing. So it was a bit of an
That's
off day
awesome
in
connection.
a sense, but it was a good day.
Awesome.
Oh, that's good.
Kasia, thank you for the 420 stars.
Yes.
Mr. Hood, thank you for the 100
My
stars.
Thank you
You
guys.
guys are
so much.
fucking awesome. Them
Awesome.
stars really do help out. Really, really do, you guys. So
It really does because not to get too sidetracked, but I'm having trouble, with the some of the shipping. So the stars really does help out. Like, because obviously some people have been waiting over a week for their game night stuff. So everyone's been really good about it. I really appreciate you guys, but I just know that I need to push it. I need to make some changes. I need to cut some stupidity out of my life. Extra spending and different things that I can probably do without. So the Maccabees Live Market's going to be running lean here for a little while. But yeah, it's really appreciated. I just can't tell you guys how much.
running lean. What are you cooking over there that you're running lean?
Oh, that lean. No, we're not doing any of that. No, thank you. We got Frank wants to come up and do a dab. Frank, if you're on my page, I can just put it in the comments. I like doing that instead of leaving the. And if anybody else wants it, it's right there too. I'm fond of sword fighting enthusiasm. Jeez, can't read. I thought he was going to say I'm fond of swordfish. I thought it was going to be like a delicacy that Wayne was into. Because we're going to get into that tonight, guys. It's not.
Before we jump into the food and stuff, real quick, I want to touch on. You mentioned in the beginning that No Shave November is coming to an end. I believe it has been with the gentleman on here and everybody that I have talked to has pushed men's mental health so much this last month and talked about it and got it to the forefront. And I know guys that have never once said that they've had a mental health problem that actually talked about it and joined a group and was open about their feelings and admitted like, yeah, maybe I do have a little bit of some voices up there or something going on. And I don't want that to come to an end. I don't want it just to be these 30 days that we've talked about it or anything like that. I want to keep going. I want guys and all of us to be able to keep talking about it, keep admitting it and keeping it out in the open, and making sure everybody knows that it's okay, that we're all going through the same thing one way or another. We all have these mental demons one way or another. So, and I think it's just been really awesome. And I came into November very scared with my mental health, the way it was, the direction that it was feeling like it was going. And it didn't go that way. I was able to talk about it every single day. I was able to focus on it and bring it to the forefront, and I attacked it. And I believe I beat that battle this month. I truly do.
I got to say, you do seem like you're in a better place.
Yeah,
you do seem like you're in a better place, and you made me think of something there. I think people who grow up relatively, we'll call it regular. I don't mean bowel movements, but people that grow up regularly. Give me a sec, Frank. We're gonna see how you're doing, bro. But people that grow up like that, they tend to think, oh, well, I'm never going to have any issues. And the same thing with body, I was sporty as a kid, so I don't think I'm ever going to have a problem. Right. But then the reverse of that happens too. People that grow up with messed up problems and trauma, they think they're never going to be without being effed up. They think they always will talk about themselves as if, oh, I'm so effed up, I've had all this and this, even though they may have already healed and not allowed themselves to think that or to know that. So I know that's a separate going off topic, but man, it was like a profound thought as you were talking about. Like, man,
it's true.
It's almost like a crisscross, kind of like with me. I never had allergies as a kid, but now I'm allergic and I have allergic to pets, and it's like, man, I never ever thought it would ever happen. That's never going to happen to me, Frank, man, I saw that. Are you playing with glass now? Are you a glass worker?
What you got going on there, Mr. Frank?
That looks like stained glass. That stained glass window that you broke.
Nice little shard there.
Super boost shed.
Turn your phone sideways.
It's sitting too low. I have to find something to put it up on.
Oh, I got you.
That's okay. We could pull him. We can make him a little bigger anyway. If you want to do it like that. We'll wait for you to be ready. Wayne says it's in
Exactly, Mr. Cruz.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly, my friend.
Can I say something related to what you guys were just talking about a minute ago?
No, I'm still talking. Go ahead. Yeah. I got to do a dab because Ted said
Wayne, you are so mean to Kim. Like, what
That's
the
okay.
hell,
I'm going to give
bro?
it to him back right here.
It's throat chop
You see what I got
Thursday.
for you, Waylon?
It's throat chop
He's the only one I can talk to, like,
so.
fully, you know? Like, I can be just myself, you know?
Yes, he can, and I'm cool with it. No, I just want to say back a million years ago, back in the early 90s when I was in college, I had a class where we had to do kind of like a web quest thing, and which is like an internet hunt. And one of the things that we had to do was, of course, the internet wasn't really around much back then. So we had to use what they called the statistical abstract, which is these giant books that are about this thick of data that's collected by the CDC and all kinds of government agencies. But one of the things that we had to look at was statistics on what kills men by population. And back then, you were either classified, everybody was either classified as white, if you were Hispanic, Pacific Islander, all of that. And then you had Black people. And when we looked at male populations, what killed men between the ages of like 17 to, I want to say like in their 40s, was suicide. So white men committed suicide at exceptionally high rates. And we're not talking comparing statistics in those statistics like heart disease and stuff like that. These were factors other than health related.
Right.
And so what killed white men, so that's going to be anything that's not Black, which is Pacific Islanders, Native people, Hispanics, right, whatever, was suicide. And then what killed Black men was homicide.
Well, cheers to being open about all
right
topics.
Now. Yeah, cheers, guys. Right now, we are losing one male a minute due to suicide. So we have been live for 20 minutes and 21 seconds. That's 20 male friends of ours that we have lost.
Yeah. And a lot of
just
it
since
is
we've been
that
sitting here smoking this joint.
A lot of it is that, males are put under so much pressure, like when you look at what causes a lot of male suicide, it's the pressure that men are put under. You guys are expected to be the head of the house and to be the breadwinner and, just all of this stuff and not cry, and you got to be manly and all of this shit. And, without any emotional support from that. And then like if you get into, if you don't come from a good family that's got good communication, like it's just, I don't know, it's hard.
It's a huge one. It really is. Yeah. And a lot of us were brought up in that generation where we were made to be tough. You were supposed to be tough, so, but what we got cooking? Anybody got any food going?
Well, last point about it, though. Do you guys feel like mental health is something that the people who don't, if you do not feel like you have a mental health issue, it's almost twice as important for that type of a person to be aware of them, because someone with mental health problems, depression, things like that, they're not going to typically be the first ones to say, hey, I got some problem. Can someone see? So like when I got home from overseas, PTSD and all of that, veterans are not coming out going, hey guys, can you talk to me this way or that way, because I'm not, it's like they don't say that. So it's up to all of us, the people who don't think we're suffering, to be aware of those signs and to be helpful, not to just always be like, oh, are you okay? Like that's the worst thing to be always asking somebody, but like, to just be there for people, and then they let you, then that lets them open up. That is the point of this show. Us doing this lets people open up. Like Kasia has no problem opening up, but she's a quieter person. And so for her to, like, when she comes up here, she knows I'm just going to poke at her and be like, all right, what do you got? Whatever we can, But thanks for coming up, Kasia. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Beautiful Disaster. Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
That's
This
fine.
is a brand that really stands for women and mental health.
Okay. Is that so? It's a big, just women's clothing, or do they just do all clothing?
It's pretty strictly women's clothing.
Okay.
Like the quote on the side, it says, "There's nothing stronger than a broken woman who had to rebuild herself."
There you
And
go.
yes, it's not strictly for, I mean, like that statement can also be towards men because that's true also, but
True. Very true.
I just
Okay.
want to do that.
Well, thank you, Frank. Thanks for hanging out, my friend. So with that being said, mental health and say like today's topic, food. I had actually somebody challenge me on this a little bit that I asked to come up, and they're like, well, I talk more about mental health and philosophy and stuff. And I was like, look, food, man, that what can be deeper in heritage and culture, what like that was the first wars. I mean, religion and food are like the main things that wars even fought over. And
Well,
like
even with that is what people do with it to help with their mental health. A lot of people
that too.
cook and bake, they eat
Medicines
to help
are
with mental
food, yeah.
health.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it is a very good one to lead into.
They're connected in a lot of ways. Like you just said, when you cook and bake, a lot of times people do that as a therapeutic thing. You know, people like to bake. You've heard of like the person that just when they're like stressed or whatever, they just start baking up a storm, even though they can't possibly eat it all. like that's to the extreme, I guess. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I got you got my address.
I feel like it's especially if you're making comfort food.
Yes, that is definitely a thing. Comfort food.
So I come from New Mexico, and so our predominant culture or our dominant culture in this state is Latino, Mexican American, and Native American. And in those two cultures, and Keisha, I think you might be a Latina, but in those cultures, it is food is very, very important. It's a way of nourishing people. Like if, for example, me and a friend of mine, some friends of mine, they were all family members. I'm kind of like the white family member. But we stopped by one of their family members one day, just kind of en masse, just dropped in on them. And they were very welcoming. And, the first thing that they do if you go into a traditional Latino family is, they hand you water. Whether you want it or not, they're going to hand you a glass of water. If you stay for any length of time, they're going to set out food for you. So, and if you don't partake in it, it hurts them, so
Hi, Shannon.
culturally, food, there's a lot of customs around food, and it's important. It's important. It's culturally, it's important.
Their whole culture's built around food. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Filipino.
Oh, you're Filipino.
Shouts out to
But
Philippines.
I know my last name. I'm adopted, so it's tricky. I'm a different kind of brown. But I was also raised in a Portuguese family.
Mm-hmm.
And from the Philippines, I mean, my mom was always the easiest way to show politeness is to feed someone.
Mm-hmm. I'm very familiar with the Filipino.
With the Portuguese side of my family and everything, they are just, food is a way to bond. Mm-hmm. I mean, you bond over, it could be something small like a little cookie or something like that, but they make a big difference to people.
Yeah. The Filipino culture, I lived out in California, and the majority of my friends out there were Filipinos. And I just love the Filipino culture. It reminds me so much of the Hispanic culture here where I'm from, because it's warm and it's friendly, and there's just a lot of similarities. And I think part of that maybe, I've often speculated that because the Philippines were colonized by the Spaniards, so there might be, it might be more of the Spanish influence, maybe in some of the natural indigenous people of where the Spanish colonized, whether it's Latin America or whether it's over in like the Philippines and the islands and stuff like that. I don't know how in touch with that part of your culture you are.
Food.
Look,
breathing.
Could we
Wait,
have,
but hold on. I don't see it.
no, hold
It's
on.
not, it's not in this
Find it.
side. I'll go
Is
over
it?
here. Here it is. All right.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
I had
He's like, I just need to change the background.
I had it.
Croissant. Is that a croissant?
It's a muffin.
I'm gonna get me an instant.
Yes, we all need one. Everybody needs some shit like this.
Yeah.
We need to get a hold of
You
this
can
guy.
be like recipe.
We need to get the same guy to do everybody's intro.
Speaking of food and fire in the hole, I've got some red chili that will give you fire in the hole.
Let me
Yeah,
go check and see if my butter
That's
is
for
softened.
sure. That's for sure. You can definitely get some fire in your hole. You got to be careful out there, everybody. I honestly do not play it unless Bean shows up. So that's just my thing. Sorry. But Steve-O is right. If I had one for everybody, I definitely would. It's hard to get to the like air horn right away when everybody comes in too. What's up, Bean?
Not a whole lot. DoorDash and slow, so I decided to come hang out with y'all instead.
Well, Kim was
Conversation
like, we're
going
getting
so far.
deep. We're getting deep. Kim is like a plethora, like she's like Pandora's historical box. And then whenever we're talking about like the cultural connections to food, because I mean, listen, like food is life. Yeah. I did push back a little bit with Kim earlier because we were talking about fear factor in the chat. Like, and that was a good angle. I'll give you that, because they do have to eat a lot of weird stuff. But I disagreed. I'm like, well, that's not like
they're doing it for money.
Normal ritual of food. Yeah, it's not like that's a challenge. It's not like, but to her point, like a lot of people eat that stuff on the regular as that's their every day,
And
like I would never eat balut. No way.
Yes, the Baloo. I saw that. That is okay. So Baloo, that was a good thing you brought that up, because that was one of the first few things that I wrote down. Basically, it is a 20-week gestated duck egg. So
it's got everything.
I don't know. I mean, it looks pretty freaky, but yeah, you got to slurp it up and all that, and yeah, and it's. I'm like, no thanks. But evidently it has like some crazy properties. Like there's a lot of this weird food that's got insane like nutritional properties, like salmon eyeballs. And man, I don't want to get too grossed out on everybody. We're not going to pull pictures up of that kind of stuff. But there's like we could talk forever on just stuff we enjoy about food. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
It really depends on your body too, like what you can eat, like what you're used to, what you've grown accustomed to and stuff. Like there's people that they've never like had like cooked meat or anything like that. Like that live in primitive villages and stuff like that. Like I saw that there was this show, it was like strange food from around the world, and like they would take a cow and just kill it in the middle of the village, and the whole village would come out, and they wouldn't cook it or anything. They would just cut it up and eat it right there.
That's fucked up.
Wow.
Steve, what's the weirdest food you ever ate?
Oh boy, I don't know about weird because I'm not really into anything weird.
No freaky shit, okay?
No, nothing. Definitely nothing freaky because I don't even like to chew on onions. But Nothing weird. I think that I've had some shakes in the past, like, to try to gain weight and stuff. Oh, the grossest thing that I ever ate absolutely was when I tried to eat raw eggs once, like Rocky Balboa.
Oh, you were trying to beef up?
It was like a show off thing, I was like,
Okay.
oh yeah. But yeah, I did. I threw up. It was really bad. I couldn't even swallow it.
Yeah,
It was
crickets
pretty
aren't
awful.
that odd.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
I
like
wouldn't think.
Jell-O. Go ahead. You didn't think crickets were that bad?
No, I wouldn't think they would be that bad. Yeah.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
saying you didn't
but
think that was
usually
weird?
it's like chocolate covered, so you don't. It's just chocolate with a crunch.
Crunchy
That's what
chocolate.
I
Well,
would
not
think.
necessarily.
Yeah.
I know people that eat them raw.
Oh, juicy? No, I ain't doing
Like-
juicy. No,
It's like
thanks.
cocks. It's like grab them and
Yeah.
while they're jumping
Right to
around.
A lot of
Right to the dome.
a lot of people in Indonesia, like the islands of Indonesia and Thailand and those southeastern Asian countries, eat bugs, like live bugs, worms, whatever.
Yeah.
Cullen ate crickets. Charlene says ostrich and gator. Charlene, I had an ostrich burger once. Captain Cough, what's
Okay.
up? We got a shark. It's gross. Ugh.
I've had
I
gator
love
tail,
shark.
but yeah, the best meat that I've ever had in my life. But I could only have a little bit of it because it's like too gamey, and I don't really like it's too much after a little bit. Fucking kangaroo. I had it at
Boy.
Clark's Fish Camp down here in Florida. They have all kinds of exotic meats, and it's like different every like couple of weeks. But yeah, it was the best meat I've ever eaten in my life.
Wow. So when you said like, okay, the second time sounded fine, but maybe there was an audio glitch because it sounded like you said the best meat that I ever had. But anyway, it was fun. So I'm trying to think of, so for me, a weird food that I like. Well, we got Jason's. Okay. All right, Jason, can we turn it? Can you flip it? You're muted too, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. These look tasty.
What is that?
Looks like brownies or like
Brookies.
Brookies.
I'm on my way. Zzz, I'm gone.
Look at that. 4 pieces out of 1 loaf. Oh, baby.
I got some food to show off too. Elisa May in the house. What's up, Elisa Love?
What's up?
So
Yeah,
what
I'm
is it? Brownies and cookies all like mixed together.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are they
don't feel
infused?
good.
Made with some can of butter there.
Nice.
It looks perfect. Like there's no crust. There's no like. It's not burnt on the outside. You know.
Nope.
It's like Raggy roll.
I actually, tonight I'm
Got
going to
some
make
more
some.
cookies in the oven and a couple other things going right now. So
Steve-O's Steve-O, go ahead.
Tonight I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go down in a few minutes and I'm going to make some medicated cookies. And I'm going to use RSO, FICO, actually, in the batch. And these cookies are going to take off. I would imagine I'm going to use an entire syringe of FICO in one batch. And it probably makes, 12 cookies, you figure? So they ought to be pretty good.
yep.
But Jason's Brookies, man, I've had those, y'all. And if you know, you know. Damn.
Now those are medicated, and so you guys out there, if you're somebody that's make sure you know your dosage, make sure you're consulting your doctor when you're making your cookie. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway, I actually had
your own dosage. Don't recommend somebody else's dosage because you don't know their body.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
What's a little to you is a hell of a lot to somebody else.
We might just fuck around and find out.
I was in my class. Of course, earlier in the week, and I have my transition kids. It's kind of like a study hall, and these are all my caseload kids for special ed. And so we're sitting there, and these kids, like, they have all these real conversations in my class. You know, they're all juniors, so they're not little kids. And so they were talking. One of the only girl in the class said something. They were talking about marijuana, and the little girl said that she had eaten an edible, a cookie, and she said it was like 800 milligrams. And she said that thing fucked me up. She said I ended up in the emergency room. And, you know, the kids were all ribbing her saying, oh, that's nothing. And I was sitting there going, that's a hell of a lot. I was like, whatever. And they were all like ribbing her and giving her shit. And I was like, yeah, that's a lot of cannabis. I said, somebody that's a daily smoker would probably be able to handle that much at one setting.
Yeah.
Messed up. And she's like me. She was messed up for days.
There ain't nothing the emergency room's gonna do. You just gotta ride that roller coaster.
Yeah. She's like, my mom came in and she's like yelling at me, and she said I'm laying on the bed and my head's hanging over the bed and I'm puking everywhere, and my mom's screaming and hollering at me and freaking out. And
there's really millions of kids using THC nowadays for their meds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, but like thinking about the emergency room and meds and food, like, you know, I know diabetic. I mean, that's a big thing out there now, is like when you have to eat something in order to sort of help yourself with sugars, you know.
Yeah.
I know we have people that can speak on that, but like, it's like there's a lot of people nowadays that's coming out. It's like a thing that develops or a thing that can be from early on too. It's like, it's one of those crazy things.
Well, I mean, I think the main thing is knowing your dosage. That truly is a huge, huge part. A lot of people don't even know that you can get there's a mathematical calculation to figure out your dosage, whether you know how strong the weed is or not. You can still figure out exactly what your dosage is.
Yeah, Joe's good at that. I always got to ask because the doctor does say that Dill shouldn't get more than 10% THC.
Right.
100
Yep.
CBD.
And I mean, it does help to know how much CBD is in there, how much THCA is in there, how much THC. You know, that really does help if you're trying to take it as a medication form. But people get so scared because they the dosage is too high for what they can tolerate, and then it just scares them away. But,
yeah.
Well, the first edible I had was this friend of mine had a big chocolate bar, and he broke me off it was like the little squares, kind of like the Hershey's. And so he broke me off one of the little squares, and he ate two. He gave me one, and he ate two. And he was a daily user. This guy's like, he smokes a lot. And me, I'm pretty much a lightweight. I don't smoke that often, and especially at that time. And so he breaks me off that chocolate, dude. I was fucked up. I felt like I had drank an entire bottle of some kind of alcohol. I couldn't walk. I couldn't sit up straight. It was terrible. I puked
can you bring me up real quick? Are these the ones that you're talking about here, Kim? These are a full-size chocolate bar here. These are, I believe these ones are 200 milligrams. Yeah, 200 milligrams. So each square is, you can see on the back there, each one of them squares is 7 milligrams.
Wow,
I want to say that the whole bar itself was like 1,000 milligrams.
1,000 milligrams?
Yeah, it might have been 2,000 milligrams. It was like, it was thousands. Whatever the bar was, it was thousands. It wasn't that brand. It had like a colorful, it had like a purple package.
Packaging would definitely be different everywhere.
Yeah.
The brands, all of that.
It was at least 1,000 milligrams.
Our dispensaries here in Illinois are not allowed to sell over 100 milligram bars, bar packages.
Yeah.
We can sell 100 for recreational. Anything above that has to have a medical license.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this guy, he's a friend of mine. He's been a plug since he was in high school, and
so he was making them himself.
No, they were commercially made because they were professionally packaged. It looked like a candy bar. It looked like a candy bar that you could, one of those big, it was big, you know, it was a
Yeah,
good
this
size
is a pretty
candy
big bar. This
Yeah, like
is
that. But it was professionally packaged. It looked like something that you could walk into the grocery store and get, except that it had THC in it. But it was at least 1,000 milligrams. It might have been 2,000 milligrams. I can't remember exactly.
full size candy bar here.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was like a little square. And that little square.
Just one little square did that to you,
things.
huh? Okay.
It was awful. It was a terrible experience. So, yeah.
It affects everybody different.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Well,
I can eat 2,000 milligrams and barely catch a buzz, and like other people, it's like 10 milligrams, and they're like, "Dude, I'm tripping." Like, I wish I could feel what you're feeling. Like,
I've had that experience. Like,
yeah. Well, like
that's
I
why
said,
when I make edibles, I don't even eat them. I just make I usually eat nibble on it while I'm making or whatever, just to test it. But I make them and just let my girl eat them all because they actually work on her, and she uses it for more of a medical reason, and I'm just recreational. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my tolerance is a little better now, but man.
What was this? Nerd ropes?
Careful.
These are nerd ropes here.
Hell yeah.
And a can of sugar.
You got my address, right?
These are about 100 milligrams per rope. Oh.
Did you make those, Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool.
Yes, ma'am. Yep. I microdose all day long off of edibles. I cannot take any pain pills, anything like that. It instantly flares up my ulcers and they start bleeding. So I have eliminated all pain pills, Motrin, aspirin, ibuprofen, any of that stuff. And I just microdose cannabis all day long. So
God bless you.
Hell yeah. Just munching.
Munch. You know, speaking of that, food has been a kind of a problem lately with like the development of our jaw. Has anybody felt that? Oh, why is I'm sorry. I don't know if I did that. But like people's jaws are getting smaller and our teeth are getting smushed together, and we aren't eating the foods that we used to eat, which was like, you know, meats that were on the bone and more difficult things to chew and stuff like that. And there is a lot of dental issues with kids with small mouths. There's devices you can get to spread your mouth. There are exercises you can do to spread your mouth too. Like if you try to practice resting your jaw all the way down onto your tongue, having your tongue naturally fill your teeth line. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah,
that was one of them that I knew of. But there's a little bit of a feedback. I don't know if that's because I'm too loud or is anyone hearing that?
Yeah, I hear it.
Oh, probably just the torch. Maybe it was. That's all good. I might be a little bit too loud too. I'm way up.
No, it wasn't the torch. I hear it a little bit. It's just like a little chirp, right?
So, hey, what's up, Jeremy in the house? What's up, guys? If you want to come up, I put the link in the comments. If anybody wants to share their stories on food, what your favorite food, what the weird foods are, we've got plenty to go over still. I got a whole bunch of pictures from Thanksgiving, some video clips and things like that. I guess we could pull that up now.
We lose taste buds as we age. Do you know what the last taste bud is that you'll have?
Sour.
Poop.
Don't tell me it's poop.
No.
I got cut to the chase.
The last ones to go are salty and sweet. Sweet's the last one. That's why a lot of old people like salty and sweet stuff.
Yeah, they got a butterscotch in their pocket.
I just figured it was because we were all addicted to sugar our whole lives, and then
No, old people will go straight for the pie or whatever you put in them first in front of them. If you put a plate or pie or something, they'll always go for the sweets.
Frank's back.
I wonder why that is. Why do we lose our taste buds? Is that a brain thing? It must be a brain thing.
Oh no, they teach us that in CNA class though.
now your tongue is like a sea sponge, and you start to lose the feeling of the nerves from the outside. I don't know. I'm just making that up, but it sounds right.
Well, isn't the taste buds like kind of little like little hairs almost, and like over time they probably like you lose them little hairs or whatever.
I know you can affect them by eating too many hot foods and like coffee and cigarettes and things like that will just kill your taste buds. And then that's all. Go ahead, Frank.
When I quit smoking cigarettes in 2014, the taste of things it's insanely different.
Yeah.
It changes, and you'll taste something like, for instance, I had different sodas when I was a kid that I found it, like they had there was a soda shop and they had like weird sodas that was in the mall, and you could buy like butter soda, pea soda. They had all the different weird things, stuff that was called like motor oil, and it was a type of cola and stuff. They had a list, and if you got all the different ones, then you got like a shirt from the store that said you tried all the different sodas and stuff. But there were sodas, regular ones that you could get there too, that were just old-fashioned sodas. And from having them when I was a kid, and then having them when I smoked cigarettes, and then having them when I quit, you could tell that difference. Like I tasted it, and it was like a childhood memory come back because of the flavor that was there. So it can be affected by multitudes of things.
Yeah. Ice cream was my thing after I quit smoking cigarettes. Ice cream was just so delicious. It was beyond words.
Joe has a thing.
Go ahead.
Gummy
It
candies.
started to come back to you though, like so you were like it was it gradual, or was it like 2 weeks after? Can you remember, Steve?
It was gradual. Things got better. Yeah, it was gradual that things got tastier and tastier. Yeah,
that's probably better. Even it's like, well, that actually I felt that when I took I did the carnivore diet for 3 weeks. No, it was 2 weeks, and I lost 30 pounds. It wasn't for weight loss. There's a whole slew of reasons. I'm not gonna. Well, I mean, it's sort of the episode for it, but like an all meat diet is doable, but it's almost impossible today because we like sugar so much. Like I had to go back to some carbs, like man. And to what you were saying, Steve, it was kind of similar where I come back to some carbs and then it was like, bam, the sugar was just like so much more rich when you go from drinking just water for 2 weeks, and, back to the stuff. It was like, holy cow.
Yeah. It was so creamy. It was unbelievable. Yeah.
Creamy and delicious.
I Googled reasons for taste loss as you age. And one of the things it says is that deficiencies in the B vitamins, especially B12, as well as certain minerals like zinc. And I know that as you age, older people have a tendency to not, I don't know what the word is. I can't remember what the word is. They do not break down B vitamins, or they become B12 deficient. You become B12 deficient as you age. It's part of the aging process.
And you can't just eat more of it because that causes other issues if you eat too much.
People's medication can play a part in it too.
Yeah.
I wonder if stem cells can play a part as well. It can be like in cases of diabetics, I think they've been looking into that to restart our ability to make insulin, or with Parkinson's, they're looking at taking the copying part of the brain that is still functioning, that I forget what it is that's causing the Parkinson's. I'm not a science doctor, but it was something to do with stem cells. They were trying to sort of copy the parts that are still working that should be, and then spread that to the parts that aren't. But speaking of which, I mean, back to the food is probiotics. Probiotics and prebiotics is this whole new thing. Prebiotics is even newer, you know, but it's all having to do with our gut biome, and we don't really think about that much when we're like, I'm hungry, let me eat something, you know. And now we're starting to think a little bit more about it, like what's going on? Why do I always have, you know, like actually like gas problems and other things like that can be just a product of what your gut biome is going on, you know. I think we know that to an extent, especially when we get sick from like eating something we shouldn't have. Or anybody ever had food poisoning? Food poisoning? Anybody?
Yep. Probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
You ever heard of like the eye drops? Putting eye drops in, like if you put eye drops in somebody's drink or whatever, they'll have the shits and
It could kill you.
Yeah,
Don't do that to nobody.
do not do that.
Yeah.
Listen, it's in movies and things, so I feel like I'm not like the one that's gonna.
You're not giving.
It could be deadly.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yes. Do not do that at home, everybody. You've had food poisoning twice, Jeremy. Thank you for commenting. Our comments are like they're very into the show. I appreciate it. But y'all, let's hear it in the comments. Tell us what your favorite foods are. Let's hear it. I like to make peanut butter sandwiches, just peanut butter and bread, and then I dip it in my chili.
Oh yeah, that is pretty good. So good, Waylon.
So good.
Yeah, so is a grilled cheese and chili.
Oh,
yeah.
That's fire.
I could understand grilled cheese, but I never heard of peanut
like
butter.
the peanut butter crackers in his chili.
That's
What
good
kind
too.
of
But
chili are you talking about?
what?
What kind of chili are you talking about?
Well, like your standard, more like the red chilies. Although white chilies are good too. Your chicken chilies, you know, like any chilies really. To be honest, I like it. But
Are
you
you
gotta.
talking
Oh, I
about
thought you meant chili.
peppers, or are you talking about chili beans?
No,
Like a bowl of chili, like-
chili. Yeah. So like
Yeah, a bowl of
soup,
chili.
I don't know what
Okay.
you call it.
That's what I thought.
You know, you're a little bit closer to the border, so maybe you call it something else.
Well, chili down here are chili peppers,
Yeah.
and
Well,
you
yeah,
make them
but
into salsa, or you make them into like.
You go to the store and buy like a can of like Hellman's chili, you know, like
it's
Oh,
like
yeah, you're talking
sauce,
chili
meat,
beans.
and beans.
Yeah, you're talking chili beans.
That's what you call it? That's
well,
ridiculous.
my mom, like that.
That's
My mom
ridiculous.
called it. Called it. My
Sam.
mom's from Midwest. She's from Illinois. So chili to me
Yeah.
is a different thing than it is to you.
Well, you know, you gotta have some sauce, you know, and that's what you're dipping the sandwich in, you know. But this is why. You guys should get it right away. It's about, and Jason will know way better than I would because it's about culinary stuff. You're matching a savory sweet with another savory sweet because most chilies are a sort of a savory and kind of a bit of both. And you can have more sweeter chilies too. I know chili beans, whatever you're calling it. But Jason, let me hear your thoughts on that because I feel like it makes sense as a chef. You're matching. You know, you're matching the two types. You're
talking about putting peanut butter in your chili,
or like peanut butter. It's very sophisticated. Right? It's way up there on the the chart.
I mean, I've heard stranger things.
You ever hear this whole American cheese on apple pie?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
that sounds gross.
I've not heard of that actually. Or cheese on a peanut butter sandwich, peanut butter cheese sandwich, or peanut butter pickles.
When I worked at Taco John's, they got the what is it? Oh fuck! It's a fried tortilla, apple filling, and they sprinkle the shredded cheese on top of it, and then some red hot candy.
Huh.
When I owned my restaurant, my sandwich shop, I had some of the weirdest combinations that people would ask for, and I'd be like,
"Thanks, Colin.
You really, really want that?" And okay.
Oh, it's an apple grande.
Cool. Yo, I just like there was this one lady. She wanted fish stick sandwiches with whipped topping.
Ooh.
Right. And I'm just like, I understand whatever floats your
Savory
boat.
sweet, right?
That
But
might have been a pregnant lady.
that's still, I'm not trying to yuck your
Yeah, I
yum,
can have
but
weird
come
people.
on.
You should be able to refuse that at one point if you're like, that's going to make me sick to make that. I'm not happy. That's not happening. Peanut butter and pickles. Okay.
I will
I'm
tell
not done.
you a combination that my mom taught me. My mom was from Illinois, and I don't know where this came from. I don't know if it's an Illinois thing, but my mom used to make me grilled cheese sandwiches, but she used Longhorn cheese. I think it was either Longhorn or Colby cheese, which Colby is like a cheddar cheese. But she would make me a grilled cheese sandwich where she would, grill it in the skillet. And then after the cheese was melted really good, she would take sliced sweet pickles and put it in that grilled cheese sandwich. And it's good.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
and I'm a freaking picky ass eater, dude. And that shit was good.
You know what I would make it like? I'd take Nutella and peanut butter and make a sandwich and then put it on the stove and make it like a grilled cheese. And then melt some chocolate with a little bit of milk in it, and then use that to dip it in. So you got like a Nutella peanut butter grilled cheese thing without the cheese, and then dip it into the chocolate sauce. Oh my god, that's banging!
And what kind of cheese was it?
No cheese. You make it like a grilled cheese, but it's instead of cheese, it's Nutella and peanut butter.
Yeah.
Frank, I heard you, bro. Go ahead.
I used to go to my grandma's as a kid, and we'd get the sweet midget pickles. And when we had grilled cheese sandwiches, that's what we ate with them. We'd be taking a bite of the sandwich and a bite of the pickle. We never put them on there, but we did the bite and a bite. So that was really, really good.
Where are you from, Frank?
I'm from Missouri, and that's where I'm at now again.
Yeah.
I was in Illinois.
And yeah, I think it's a thing. I think it might be an Illinois thing, and I think it might be like a German influence because my mom's family has some German in it, and I have a feeling because I think pickles are kind of a German.
Pickles
might be
are German?
more of a German influence.
Oh, come on. We've got a good Grandpappy Google here that can tell us.
Oh man,
the
the other
like
day
sauerkraut, it's kind of like that. I'm sorry.
Sauerkraut.
No, okay. The other day I made tortillas, and then I fried them, then put fluff, jelly, and then coated it with butter and stuck it in cinnamon sugar. It was delicious, and I don't know what it's called.
Sounds like
it was definitely I was stoned and made a snack.
So Kim, you're the word is sort of Dutch and German, but it dates back to 2030 BC from the native land of India, where cucumbers come from. Insane. So they've been doing it. So I don't even know what they call it. Yeah, it says when cucumbers from their native India were pickled in the Tigris Valley for the first time. Isn't that crazy? But then word peckle or pickle from northern German or pokel. It's a pokel. There's a cucumber. Like no, we're not poking no, get out of here. All right. So I'm gonna pull this up real quick before we get too far. I'm gonna pull up some quick pictures from Thanksgiving. I went around. I bet my family probably thought I was insane walking around taking pictures of, the food and stuff. My brother, cutting the bird, flipping the bird. This is something that people have been thinking is weird too. This is the green beans and cheese sauce that I've talked about.
Fire.
Up a couple of times.
I've never had that.
You got the green beans and you got the cheese sauce.
Dude,
I eat green beans.
What's the cheese sauce? How's that made?
I think it's like a block of Velveeta or something melted.
You guys should put the French onions over the top of it.
You could do a lot. You could add. You're thinking that Frank's got his wheels turning over here. Like you could add stuff to this. Yeah, you
Yeah,
could
like
definitely make
crumbled bacon and
Oh,
onions.
just going nuts with it, you guys. All right, listen, don't be taking my mom's secret.
Dude, I shouldn't even showed y'all this shit.
Maybe even some potatoes.
There you go, some
Wow.
homemade pickles.
There's some bread and butter pickles.
I say
Yep.
gardenia salad.
What's up, Brad?
There's the bird up closer. Got
Yeah.
your pies. That pie, the big one, that one comes
Mhm.
from my mom's mortgage company. Every year they give her a giant pumpkin pie. I mean, they're probably getting a few dollars off her. I guess it works, right? But there's the deviled eggs. You guys like deviled eggs?
Fuck yeah, my wife rocks at those.
Got the paprika on the top a little bit, you know. I like it almost a little, not sour, but like a little mustardy type flavor to it, you know, for sure. I think there's a pie right there. I didn't even get to eat any pie, but hey.
Ooh, a cheese ball.
My brother's girlfriend brought over the cheese ball, and this was fire. It was like, I'll be honest, it's not that you couldn't get anything on the cracker without dropping a bunch on the tray as well. So there it was that, but it was super, super good. We always have like that tray with like the olives and the pickles and the different type olives. All right, more cutting the bird. Oh yeah, there's like that's the neck hole. I thought it was the other hole, and so I went around to the other side. I was like, oh, my bad. And then there's the ham with the pineapple. You guys do that with the pineapples? Anybody?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sweeten her up, yeah. Oh, I already took that. That looks similar too. Wow, how many similar pictures do I have? This one, the weenies wrapped in bacon.
Uh-huh.
In the crock pot. The mashed taters and gravy, you gotta have that. Oh, there's that. There's it when it's still cooking. See, like it's a thing you do, in the heat.
So is that cheese is it like soupy?
Yeah.
So they must add milk or something in it to thin it
Probably.
out.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what she does, I would guess. And here's another one that people say is kind of weird.
That's normal.
You think this is normal, Frank? Okay.
Normal.
I got one
Sweet
normal.
potatoes. Yeah, you cook the sweet potatoes first, and then you put the marshmallows on it and put it back in the oven right before it hits the table, so you can brown the top of the marshmallows without burning them. Like,
there you go.
That's years been done since I was a little kid.
Heard a few people say they don't do that.
What about a cranberry salad? You got any of that there?
We did have just a bowl with the cranberry sauce that's sliced
No,
up in the can.
cranberry salad, not sauce.
It's
I
chopped
don't think
up.
I got a picture of the sauce actually. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
That's it. Cranberry salad. Let me turn my camera around again.
Okay. I figure I know. I think I know what you're talking about. Let me get through the last couple of these. Yeah, these the dinner rolls. That's fire. I take them. I'd wallow a little hole out, kind of like when you made an igloo as a kid in a pile of snow. You wallow a hole out, and then you shove in your mashed potatoes. You shove in your green beans and cheese sauce. Your whatever it is that you want to shove in there. All of it. And you just keep going. You got your stuffing. Got that good stuffing. Cutting that ham. I'm just going to flip through. Everybody's seen most of this kind of thing. I just thought it would be cool to flip it through.
You guys take the skin off your turkey?
I guess so, man. I will be honest. I did tag my mother. I don't know if she's watching, but I'm not a big fan of the turkey. It's not my thing.
It looks like it's just baked with nothing on it. It's a healthy way of eating it,
Yep.
It looks juicy though.
Yeah.
Nasty.
It's not my thing. It's not my thing. Just saying. What's up, Gene? We've got Gene from Australia, bro. Thanks, bro, for stopping in. Is that the last one? Let's see. Oh, the ham. Yeah. You have to bone in. Now the ham's looking pretty fire. I didn't get any ham either, but that knife is looking wicked, though, right?
Yeah. Look at that. That does look good. I use 7-Up and brown sugar on my hams as a glaze. Grape jelly works good too. It gives it a nice bark and makes it nice and sweet.
I've heard of people using root beer.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Anything with sugar that can caramelize onto it works real well. 7-Up, beer. Yeah.
Mia with the 500 stars. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Denise in the house. What's up? Sean says you need an electric knife. I said hi before you, Denise. Her stomach is rumbling now. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Denise, her toe got really smashed up real bad. Let's all send her good vibes, guys.
I definitely want to send you some good vibes, Denise. Let me know if I can say a prayer for you. I will anyway, but I can do it now. But yeah, I definitely been seeing that, and I don't know, I don't. There's nothing much I can do other than that, and I wish I could. You know what I mean? It's broken toe, man. Those are hard because there's not much you can kind of splint it and stuff, and then it's like you can't do a lot with it. Oh, Jason, my bad. With the cranberry.
This is a cranberry salad. So this is marshmallows, whipped topping, and cranberries just ground up.
That looks kind of like an ambrosia salad.
It is, except for it had ambrosia salad will have the slivered almonds in it, and maybe even coconut I've had in it. But that looks delicious, Jason.
It's fire.
I know this now.
Put the colorful marshmallows in there just to make sure.
I do my cranberry salad different.
It looks kind of like Jello salad to me. My mom does a Jello salad.
My grandma just did her cranberry salad by dicing it all up with putting it into a bowl, and it was, I don't know, I guess like a gelatin with it in a way or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was actual chunks of cranberry, little pieces that were diced up.
Kaja's morphed. Oh, Kaja has turned into her animal self. Just sitting there on the cat. It's funny.
The way I make my cranberry salad is I crush fresh cranberries.
What's up, Matt?
Dice up some, what do you call it? Oranges, pecans, celery, a little sugar, and then gelatin, and let it set, and then stir it up where it's chunky and it's good.
Have a good night, Gene.
That's
All
how
the way
I do
from Australia, guys. Heck yeah. Who we got? Oh, we got Kaja the cat booping in.
Back.
Everyone's sound dropped. I was like, oh no.
Oh
yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I had an interesting Thanksgiving this year. It was definitely different because it was different food prepared by different people. And although it wasn't what I was used to, it was so good. Everything was delicious. So it is good to try other people's recipes, traditions, things of that sort,
Okay.
It really is. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Frank.
I gotta head out. Much love, y'all. Appreciate you having me up. I'll see y'all next time.
Thanks for your input, man, for sure.
Oh yeah, guys. Much love.
We got Matthew.
Oh, those look fire.
Cookies.
Those look fire.
I'll send you my address.
Wait, what am I looking at? Oh, hold on. Hold on, we're coming here.
Look at those.
Medicated?
Yep.
Oh, snap.
Mm-hmm. They look good.
How many milligrams, Kaja?
I'm not sure.
Take a bite. We need to see you take a bite. All right.
It's homemade.
You don't have to.
So, I mean, just to go over real quick, we'll use off numbers, say 22% THC is what you're cooking with. So if you wanted to figure out how much, say you put a 1/4 ounce into a stick of butter at 22%, at a 1/4 ounce, you're going to end up for tablespoon, actually it would be a teaspoon, you're going to get almost 32 milligrams of THC per serving. And what you want to do to figure out what you want your dosage wise is, what do you want your dosage to be? If you want it 7 milligrams, if you want it 10 milligrams, if you want it 300 milligrams, you know, that's the number that you originally start with. Start with however many milligrams that you want it.
Come on up, Matt.
How many cookies you're making. So say Keisha just made, would you make
and
7
an entire
cookies?
stick of butter.
You put 1 stick of butter and how much weed?
Let's see the inside.
Like
Can you show me show me the bite? See, it's not like green or anything. Like people make them sometimes and they've just gotten too much plant material in there and it's just like green colored and it tastes like plant. We got Matt Hasher in the house. I'd love to see Matt come up and you know, Kim, you're gonna love Matt. He's a great guy. He's come up before and had and caused a ruckus. So he's a I think food could be one that we'll just see how what he could possibly do with this topic. You know, what would happen? You know? It's like trying to call your wild card in. So let's see what happens. If he wants to come up. If you're free, Matt. I don't know if you're free. He likes food. He eats food too, right? I just thought we could try to get some other perspectives. Excuse me with the noise. But so Jason, you haven't said what your weirdest food is. Have you had Boo or whatever? What was it called? Acacia? I forgot the name of it.
Balut.
Oh God.
Balut.
Yeah, I never had that. My weirdest food. I've ate a couple different types of brain.
Ew.
The link, Matt. I've been putting the link in the comments. You come up before here. I'll link it again.
I had a couple different types of brain, but
StreamYard link, Matt. A couple different types of brain. I actually thought about bringing up the clip from Indiana Jones where they're eating brain and everything, and it's a food in some places of the world for sure, and it's crazy. There's some things that have really high medicinal value, but are not easy to eat.
Some of the coffee that I've had has just been horrendous. Yeah, I don't know how they can consider it coffee.
What, like where? You got to give us some like
a
just going to coffee festivals and trying all different types of coffee and shit. Some of them is just unbelievably gross, and you're like, how do you consider it? Where did that come from? What is that? I mean, even that one, the delicacy one that rodent shits out, and then they wash his shit off the beans and
beans.
You know,
That's like $100 a cup in like an espresso size cup.
Everybody that I've talked to says that it just tastes horrible. I couldn't do it. There's no way.
Here's someone calling himself Coach.
Oh, we've got. Hey, this is Dauber. I'm here to like help out, Coach. Anybody gonna get that reference? I don't know.
Me and Coach. Well, I am a dating coach, so that's what I do.
I know. I was making a reference to the show, Coach. Matt, like you got the guy Dauber, like the big tall dumb guy, and then Coach was I forget the guy's name, but he's an awesome dude. He played in like Poltergeist, I think. I forget the guy's name. It's a great show.
Let me see if I can't screen to share this to my my TV real quick.
You might be able to, but the audio may also backfire or it might echo or something. We'll see. Give it a shot. Why not? Nora, hello. We got Nora. We got Chris in the house. Jeremy says I will stick with my Samaritan dark roast coffee. Okay. So speaking of that, Jason, like going to places like I went to a bar once where they had a tap wall. You go and get a card, and then you go to the tap wall, and you can try every different type of beer, and you can just get as much as you want of whatever. And there's just so many different flavors, and you're thinking, why is anyone like any of this? And it's like people have weird, different flavors and taste buds, and
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bean.
I was just gonna say, like, I just saw somebody that was drinking. You ever have that screwball peanut butter whiskey?
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, that's just yummy.
Your
It was
Chambard peanut butter and
They
jelly
said,
shot.
smell this. They like, smell this. It smells exactly like a jar of peanut butter. I was like, yeah, that smells like whiskey. What are you talking? Like,
People think that, like, oh, yeah, like blueberry cannabis. Doesn't
I don't
actually
know that
smell
I'd
like.
want to get drunk off of that whiskey though. That peanut butter whiskey. Ooh, I imagine if you blew chunks on that. Ooh, never be able to handle peanut butter again.
Matt, did it work? Are you on the big screen?
I was, but I lost audio.
Yep, I figured it would do something like that. That's better than echo, I guess. Steve-O, were you saying something? I think I heard somebody. Was it you?
No. But I bet that peanut butter whiskey did smell like whiskey, Bean.
Yeah.
So
I was like, I don't
Matt's got a
smell
little
peanut butter,
wine.
but
The wine is another thing about taste buds. The ancient art of, like, I forget what it's called, sommelier or whatever, where you're like a wine expert.
Sommelier,
and it's
yeah.
like, yeah, sommelier or something like that. It's like the whole tasting of wine has been like a tradition of, like, you go to events just to do that. It's crazy. The taste buds you have to have. I like some wine, but it's got to be sweet. It can't be that like super bitter stuff.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that, Waylon.
yeah, I don't
I
drink
can't
any of
drink
it.
beer for the same reason. It's too bitter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that dry shit.
Yeah. I like
if it doesn't punch you in the mouth, it's not a good wine. But I'm Italian, so
Hey, forget about it. So
no, it's
food?
not you have to mi dispiace non accettabile per me così signori. Dici è niente. Right? Dici parlare italiano come signori? See? Huh?
Io falo portuguese.
You have to look at the wine for what it really is. So there are different reasons for drinking wine, depending upon what you're eating. Something that's a little bit more dry, you want to probably partake with steak and whatnot. But it's really preference.
All right, so let's get away from alcohol. A lot of us, like, I'm not a big drinker anyway. But let's talk about steak. Whose preference is to be, like, rare? Anybody here like a rare steak?
I like it medium rare.
I like medium.
I like it medium rare.
Medium rare is
I'll eat
good
it.
for me.
Yeah, I'll eat it straight off the side of the cow all the way to well done. I don't care. I just like the meat.
It's too chewy.
All right, so who said they'd eat it straight off the side of the cow?
Bean did.
Yeah, I'll eat it
on
fucking
screen.
bloody all the way to well done. I'm not picky.
So that is exactly right there. What he said is exactly how my other half eats her steak.
Okay.
Right off the side of the cow, pretty much bloody. Like,
I think people mistake medium rare with medium, though, because there is an overall medium that has just a little pink in the middle, but medium rare is a little bit more of the red. And people also, Steve-O?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Just yeah.
The what's it called, though? That stuff that's coming out when you're cooking it. It's not blood. People always like, oh, there's blood in it. It's
I forget what they call that. Yeah, but it's definitely not blood. There's no blood anywhere in the meat.
I was on a live earlier with somebody, and they were about to cook a steak, and they showed it, and it was raw, and I'm like, damn, you overcooked that.
I mean, you can't eat. Like, there was a big scare about mercury in red meat, and I'm telling you what, guys, back to the carnivore diet, you could eat just ribeye every day. The issue is we eat a lot of other complex garbage that's slowing down our processes to convert it into ketosis and things like that. And so the fact that we eat all that stuff means that we're too busy on the sugars, turning the sugars into calories, than we are turning meat and fats and things that we normally could do. So that's why I really liked the carnivore diet. It was almost like instantaneous feeling of energy. I could wake up and get up and just be like awake and energetic, all these things, but I still miss sugar that bad. Yeah, I went back and it was like, man, But
So, Waylon, real quick, I have a local doctor. I don't know if you're familiar with him, and his name is Matthew McMillan.
no.
Okay. Well, he's got a private practice. You have to pay like $1,800 to actually be a part of. But what he does is he'll actually go through and give you like a breakdown of your entire body, basically, on every scale you can imagine. And one of the diets that he proposed was a very high protein diet that consisted primarily of like, meat, chicken, beef, things of that nature, but very high protein. So you're saying you're on like our strictly carnivore diet? You don't eat anything but meat?
Not right now. I did it once for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
I lost about 30 pounds. And that's
in 2 weeks.
Similar, right? It's similar to a keto diet in that it's no sugars and no complex glutens and things, but it is different in that it's only animal products. Like in a carnivore or in a keto diet, you're still allowed to eat a lot of there's certain plants that abide by the keto diet, like avocados and things, high fatty plants. It's a high fatty diet, but it basically uses your body's ability to convert fats and meat into not just all fats. Basically, it converts it into usable calories and carbohydrates. And that's the process of ketosis. But with the carnivore diet, it goes further because you're taking away the complex plant matter. So we find that if you do not eat plants, you do not need fiber. And people, even dietitians and people, I've talked to people. I used to work at the hospital. I talked to a nutritionist, and she's like, "Well, you gotta have carbs. No, you don't actually have to have carbs if you can eat a high enough content of fat." Now you couldn't be you couldn't be like, out in the wilderness and only eat meat and survive. Like the point is, for us today, where we don't need that calorie intake that we probably used to, you get satiated. You actually lose 70% of your appetite if you only eat meat. So what do? You get like 70% of your time back. We're always thinking about our next meal. What's that next meal going to be? What's the next meal going to be? And you don't have to think about it nearly as much. So I thought that was pretty refreshing. You get like some of your time back throughout the day. You're not like worried about your next meal.
So I did the keto diet for like 3 years, and I researched all kinds of different stuff. I was trying to put my body back in balance after I had a health issue and stuff. So if you eat an all meat diet, you're not getting proper nutrition. You're not getting your nutrients that you get from vegetables, and there's like consequences to that. Like overeating protein, it like does stuff like you can do damage to your kidneys and stuff like that.
Correct, but you do not overeat if you are satiated. So okay, you're right. This is the same arguments that they brought. And the thing is, and this isn't my argument. There are doctors out here that have been proving this correct, is that we actually get trace vitamins in meat. And if you don't eat other things, complex sugars and other plants, you actually are more efficient, and you use a much higher percentage of those vitamins, even though there are less there. So what is happening to us now is we have a lot of foods that combine in our body. Like you have a vitamin that will combine with the complex starch or some other food, and then flush right out of your system. And I know there's a whole list of these, but one of them I know is like vitamin C and like tortillas. Is one of these things that like you think you're eating vitamin C. I took my pill, I took this, and you're actually flushing it out of your system. And so there's a lot to be said to that. Now, to your point, Kim, every person is different, and there are people out there that digest plants a lot easier than other people. So there's a whole range of people. There are people that really do well on plants, but I think you have to be smart about it. I'm not saying just go out and eat a steak every day. Like you got to diversify a little bit. it, the people that go all animal diet, they're doing things like bone marrow. They're eating raw organ meats, which I guess is pretty tasty raw versus cooked, and actually has really super high amounts of nutrition in it, like raw liver, like small amounts. You take like, they're eating like, they're not just eating a raw liver, they're eating like little like cuts of it and things like that. And they, you know, all sorts of organ meats actually have much higher quantities of vitamins. So it's pretty interesting, guys. Definitely do your own research. This is just what I have researched personally, before anybody attacks me.
Yeah, so I'm pretty adventurous with a lot of foods. Like I won't eat anything if it's still got its head on it or if it's still like in a body form.
Yeah. Organ
But-
meats. What would you, a brain?
Fuck that shit. Hell no. Hell to the no. I wouldn't even eat menudo. If you know what that is.
So do you eat any meat at all whatsoever?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a total meat eater. But I'm super picky. I'm a very picky eater. Like I ate my lifetime limit of fish by the time I was 8.
Hi, Val.
Because we had fresh fish all the time.
Hey, Mama. How
And
you
the
doing?
same with deer meat. I'll still eat elk and oryx and, you know, a lot of those other meats. And I'm open to trying a lot of different meat. I'm not whatever. I went out to California. I lived out in California for 8 years. And one day, my Bible study, they brought oysters on the half shell. And I had never had one. And I was game for trying it, even though I knew that it was raw and that it was, you know, a weird.
You gotta slurp it up and shit.
Yeah. So I'm standing there with this thing in my hand, and one of my friends is telling me how I eat it, right? And I'm standing there and I'm looking at it and I'm listening to him, and that thing split open and its guts spilled out. And I went, no, there's no way I'm eating this now. There's no way. If I had not seen that prior to, I would have eaten it. But once I saw that, I was like, no.
Man, hunger can make you do some shit, though,
Now,
man.
if I was hungry,
Waylon is correct there. Waylon is correct. You know, if you are fucking hungry, because I can tell you right now, I've been out in the wild. My significant other and I, we just celebrated 17 years together on the 24th of November, and we spent better part of like 3 months out in the middle of fucking nowhere, just living life, enjoying it off the land. And I'll tell you right now, it's not easy. It's not easy to live off the land. It's not easy to, hunt for your own food, provide for yourself.
Or easy either. Okay, I'll tell you that.
What's that?
It ain't easy being cheesy either.
Yeah, that either. But yeah, no, going through that whole process, it kind of taught us a lot about the amenities of the modern world versus being out in the wild. There's something to be said about the commodities of what the world currently has brought you versus what you can do on your own in nature. It takes a lot of ingenuity, a lot of pre-planning to really make life easy to live out there.
That, and it's just a lot of lost knowledge. I mean, there's stuff in our backyards that's edible. We just don't realize it. And also, you don't want to just pick it up off the backyard that your dog's been, shitting all over. So there's that. But
right, yeah.
Steve-O, you had a question. Brendra's asking, did you also do the only meat or only veggies diet as well?
No, I've never done that at all. I have attempted a strict diabetic diet, however, but that's about the only diets I've ever tried. None of the fad diets of any kind. I did, however, I will say,
Do you see that book right there?
I quit drinking pop, and in 12 months' time, I lost 100 pounds.
You must have been drinking a lot of pop.
I was drinking a lot of Mountain Dew at the time.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing, man. I've seen people get bladder stones from that, or kidney stones, I think, from the Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it's
bad.
Yeah, I had kidney stones as well from it. Yeah, and I ended up becoming a diabetic, and although it lowered my numbers, diabetes did not go away even after I stopped drinking pop. It didn't go away.
I hope they can. I really do hope stem cells can do so much. I mean, there's a lot of people in certain times where they don't take. They say that like doesn't work or doesn't like sort of take hold. But I have heard them working on that with the with diabetics or just the price of insulin. I mean, we could get really angry if we start talking about that, right, Steve? I mean, you're probably more than anyone that would know this, but the prices of insulin in America versus like right over the border, you know, you can get it for what, like 10 cents a pop or whatever over the border. What is it, $10 a pop maybe or something like that? But it's like over here, it's, you know, you're talking, what is it, hundreds of dollars for every shot.
Well, one of the things our Congress did do for us, those of us on Medicare, we've been able to enjoy this year for the first time in 2023. Insulin was not allowed to be charged more than $35 for a 30-day supply of regular insulin. And
let's go.
And that was a big thing. I went from $280 a month to $35 a month. So I saved a lot of money this year.
That's insane. So, okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, it was the first year ever, and it freed up more money for dabs.
Mountain Dew. Again, I'm glad I stopped drinking. I drank it as a kid, but there it's like an overlap right there. That's causation. Jason, I see you. You're the thinker. I see it. What's your favorite food, Jason?
The favorite food, huh?
I hate that word. I hate that question, but I'm asking it.
It is because it's different on every style. Like every type of food. I mean, I love my chicken nuggets. McDonald's chicken nuggets are my downfall.
Bro, really?
It's fucking crack for me. My record number is 87.
Oh my God!
Nice work, my friend. Nice
You've seen the video, right? Of like the sludge with the little melon scooper and the.
Okay, you want to know how many hot dogs I've eaten?
No.
I mean, I've done a lot of food eating competitions. I love food. I love food. When I owned my restaurant, I ate a lot. I've never been able to gain weight. I've been able, you know,
that must be
very
nice.
high metabolism. So it's one of them things. I've gone to a lot of fairs and carnivals and done food eating contests there. Really neat thing. I want to go to the most recent one that I've seen that I want to do is the cereal one, where they go. It's a store or something, a restaurant or something, where they sell all these different types of cereal, but you can get this big ass cereal bowl, and you got to finish the whole thing, and that would be a fun one to try. But
you could be like Man vs. Food, like that movie, or that TV show. Valerie says you might have a tapeworm. I mean, you know what?
Who knows?
That could
Who
be.
knows?
Could be a problem.
Lasagna, I think, is probably the highest on my list. A good lasagna is just no other. I love. I'm a little bit Polish, so I like some sauerkraut and some kielbasa. You know, that's always great. You can eat that nonstop.
Man, there's so much food, man. I could never tell you my favorite. I used to say pizza.
It's hard. It's hard. So
pizza.
But even when you say pizza, there's so many different types of pizza now that it's just unbelievable.
We used to have a pizza buffet where like they would just have this. That was the whole thing. That was all day, and you would just have like you could go and request things. Macaroni and cheese pizza, you know, like shrimp pizza.
That was great.
Like crazy different random things you could request on it, you know. Speaking of shrimp, though, we talked about seafood. There was this comedian that had a hilarious act talking about how, you know, crab and lobster, like those are just big bugs on the bottom of the ocean. Like you're just eating big bugs from the ocean, like the ocean bugs.
We eat bugs every day. You know, look at all the spiders we swallow.
Yeah, spiders we swallow while we're sleeping.
Yeah.
Doubt it.
All the gnats that we eat just walking.
You said doubt it,
you walk through a cloud full of gnats or little tiny flying bugs? There, I mean, there's just thousands of them. They make it in your nose, your mouth, everything.
Except for the chicken nuggets,
you don't need to quit.
He's freaking him out. Oh, I mean, it is I mean, it is not fun to think about, but we actually have a lot of them. Just like you know, we are super highways for all sorts of little things,
Oh, yeah.
germs, and just all of it. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Jeremy, chicken nuggets are my downfall. Like, even when I'm sick, what do you want? Chicken nuggets? I want chicken nuggets.
It's nuggy wuggies when I'm
I
sick.
need some chicken nuggets. Yeah,
What's your dipping sauce?
I mean, it's got to be a mustard mostly, but
Really?
I'll eat some bitches raw, dude. No
Wow.
sauce. Just one after another, one after another. Wendy's has a 50-pack right now for $13.99 that it's gone within minutes. Throw it in the air fryer for a couple extra minutes, and the bitch is gone. I mean, you
Wendy's
guys have seen me
nuggets.
eat that on the family page. So
Yeah. Wendy's nuggets are little bits of heaven. Little bits of heaven. Man.
Spicy ones are good too. I like the spicy.
Yeah,
Nah,
you get
the
half and
spicy
half.
ones. Nah, the spicy ones aren't near as good. They're made different.
Huh. What is that, Matt?
think
Is that your book?
Yeah, it's a book. It's called The Lost Ways.
Oh yeah,
It goes-
yes. I've seen this guy on Facebook a whole bunch of times.
Yeah,
It's about
You got it.
it's pretty badass, dude. It pretty much tells you all the shit you need to learn to survive after the world has gone to absolute shit, my friend.
Cat, come on up and tell us what about your favorite foods. Cat's a picky little kitty cat, so we'll see what she thinks.
Hi, Cat.
Cats are picky.
Just this one.
Oh, well, trust me. Most of the things that you're going to learn from this book, you're not going to be able to feed a cat. Just saying,
I'll try to tag your Cat K account. If you're not following Cat K yet, guys, instead of not Cat KS, Cat K, it's KAY, right, Cat? Or you don't want to hear about food with me? Yes, we do. That's what we want to know. Like a picky eater like yourself, we want to hear about your.
We want to hear about that Newfie jam.
The Newfie jam, yeah. Cat lives in Newfoundland. She probably only. I think we talked about this before, Cat. Right? You only eat fish that you catch every day, right there at the water's edge. Isn't that how it works at the swamp?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you live on like a whitewater rapid?
She lives on an island in Canada. It's she can throw
Nice.
rocks from one side to the other.
Really?
No, that part I made up. That's funny.
Fucking
I make
whaling
fun of her.
lion.
There's an island in Canada.
Did you take your shirt off while you've been on?
No, I'm wearing a robe, dude. You got me at home. I'm enjoying life,
all at
just
home,
relaxing.
I see. Okay, but we don't. This is a no nipples. This is a family oriented show as far as nipples go.
I don't think I've showed nipple yet.
I know. I'm just warning. Ahead of time. Giggler Prince, what's up, Michael? Come on up, man. Tell us about what you think about food, and we can shout you out, get you going, man. Always want to let them know that we support them. What does it say? And grind, hustle. Grind and hustle. Am I supposed to read it? Okay. Cat says takes like 10 hours or more to get from one side to the other. Well, Cat, come on. I'm just giving you that's right off the wharf. Yeah, she goes right off the wharf, me son, into the swamps, and she picks up she goes swamp noodling. Has anyone here on this? Well, Matt must have, but has anyone else like slaughtered and or cleaned an animal of any kind?
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay. I have
my
not.
previous job.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at the slaughterhouse for 5 weeks.
Swamp noodling, she says.
When I was young, we would skin our own rabbits and raccoons when we would hunt them.
Wolf spiders.
I have a distinct feeling, guys, ladies and gentlemen. I have a distinct feeling we're going to have to be doing a lot more of that in the near future.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it's part of the thought process. I want to have chickens and goats. Maybe a cow, maybe two, maybe not too many.
I don't know if they're going to let you have a cow or a chicken. I think you might have to hide in the woods, the mountains somewhere.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking El Salvador is looking pretty good right now.
Oh yeah, El Salvador.
Yeah. That's that one in Argentina. Actually, Argentina is looking really good right now.
I hate to run, guys, but I got some things I got to do before this night's over. So, but I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Remember, just because November's over doesn't mean men's mental health is over. Women's mental health either. All of our mental health. You know, we talk about it, we bring it to the forefront, and it keeps us all open. It lets us know that we're not alone. We're not battling anything by ourselves. We're in this war together. So I love all you guys. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great week, and appreciate y'all.
Later,
You too,
Jason.
brother.
Hey, don't
Bye,
run
guys.
though. Don't run.
Don't run.
Walk slowly.
Oh, I was trying to figure out what Val was complaining to somebody else in the chat about. Val, you can tell me. You tell me. I forgot.
They're talking
I
about
forgot.
the
There's
slaughterhouse continue. The
yeah.
slaughterhouse
Well, I
conversation.
wanted to know if anyone has had that has had to like eat what they or has had something that they ate that they went through the entire process. Like it's part of the. It's like you eat it too. So anyway, I like to try different things, but I also think that I fall back into a pattern. Do you guys ever feel like, yeah, I'll just go back to what as far as food, like the quick and easy, our convenience nowadays is what makes us eat garbage for convenience purposes. We may not like the idea of the last subject that we shall not be named, but instead we replace it with the fast and easy, just like crazy preservative, like
Waylon, Waylon,
bread
yes,
and wrapped
I
in
can actually.
fried things and
Waylon, yes, I can actually attest to this. I have gotten to the point to where
money now. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I've looked at the food for what it is, and I realize that eating non-organic, or I realize eating organic food that is non-GMO, that has all the proper aspects to it. That's the healthy route to go. And there are a lot of times I don't have the time to do that.
It's time consuming.
It is. It's very time consuming
compared to grabbing a slice, or whatever, a burrito or something. It's like
right. So it's really kind of a discipline on how you live your life, on what you choose to do, and those disciplines highly divulge upon what your daily discipline is about. So you have to find a way to start your day out the right way and just keep it on track from step one to step end.
Cigarettes and I don't know.
That'd be great.
I'm just thinking like a cup of coffee and a shot of whiskey, and then that's what you start your day off with. Giggler, what's up, man?
How you been?
Hey, Giggler.
I can't hear you.
How you been?
Let me fix audio. It's
How you been, homeboy?
A little better. I can hear
Been
you. It's
good.
just real faint. Yeah, there you
Hold
go.
on a second. I'm gonna fix that.
You got yourself looking
There
like
we go. There we go.
The brightness way up. Look like you're glowing. All right, Kasia. We're at that hour 45. We'll probably go for a little while longer. Thank you for hanging out. Anything else? Any last words?
What's up?
What's your favorite? You got a favorite type of food or anything?
No, because I love to cook.
You love to cook. See, I like that. You like to bake and cook. So that's two different things for a lot of people.
I mean, the thing is I learned a lot of my cooking because I worked at different food places, not fast food, but like restaurants. So like Outback Steakhouse, and I learned how to grill and cook food that way. And then I worked at Olive Garden, so I learned all the soups and the pastas and all of that, and how to make pasta from scratch.
That's funny because a lot of people that work at a restaurant, they don't go home and cook, because at the restaurant you have all these processes laid out, you have all the materials that are needed for that process, and at home you're like trying to recreate it, and a lot of people.
But I haven't cooked in years.
Yeah.
I mean, for a restaurant, so it's one of those things that like
better. Yeah,
it's helped.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, you have a lot more to offer to this subject. I think we could all talk about it for millions of years, really, for food in general. So I'll let you go, but thank you for hanging out.
Thank you.
And definitely
Have a good night, everyone.
remember what does it say? The Beautiful Disaster, the clothing line for women's health. So check it out.
And Misfit Island. Woo woo.
Misfit Island, Kasia, on Fridays. Women's Island.
Ladies' night.
Ladies' night. That's it. All right. Bye. Good night, Kasia. Giggler, can I hear you now? Let me see.
Wait, what's going on? You got it better?
Nope. I can hear you, but you're real faint. Let me just turn you up. I got it. I got this. Don't worry about it.
So Waylon,
Probably,
I seen
could be on your side.
Waylon. I seen that you posted earlier that you had COVID or something along those lines. How are you
No.
doing? Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm better, but I did not have COVID. This is the second time tonight I've been. Someone said they thought I had COVID. I said I had tested. I made sure I did not have it. Was what the post.
Gotcha. Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to misread that.
No, it's all good. But it was the second time. I was like, man, I didn't realize it was so misconstrued. But it's all good.
When they see that word, how's that?
Yep.
Is that
hear
better?
You much better? Yeah, hear you pretty good now. What's up, man? Let's hear you weigh in on this subject here before you get wrapping up in about 10, 15. What's up?
You guys got to go on food or what? What is it?
That's it, man. Matt's been showing us his collection of memorabilia while we're talking about like your weirdest food you ever tried. I know you've been around truck driving all over the place. I bet you eaten some weird stuff before. What have you eaten? Weird food?
No,
I don't mean in weird places. I mean, like what's the weirdest food that you ever eat?
God, I mean, really, honestly, I'm not a weird food eater. I to be honest, I'm really basic. That's one thing
Really
I'm
basic.
not.
What's your
Yeah.
go-to then?
You eat meat and potatoes?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh shit, that's pretty basic.
Gotta eat
Yeah.
meat. I don't like beets.
I mean,
okay.
I was using this as a dipstick, the old dipstick instead. I was my finger and that's the click. I mean, is that weird?
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it now. I'm talking about throughout your life, though. Like you never,
I've never really ate some weird shit. But be honest with you, it's Brussels sprouts. I do not like that. Ugh. Brussels sprouts, and they're coming back, and people are seeming to bring them back. And
they gotta be made.
I had some raw calamari, Waylon.
That's messed up.
Yeah, it was very chewy.
It was
fucking
like you were
chewy.
still wiggling and slapped you in the face as you were slowly.
No. It was dead. It was totally dead. It still wiggled a little bit, but it was dead.
Oh wow!
So,
like baby Grogu eating a whatever alien frog thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Elisa says, "Hey, I'm a PB&J person. I like peanut butter and honey, and you throw in that natural local honey on the peanut butter, and then boom, you've got some protein. You've got some local honey, which is good for all kinds of things."
Yeah, Lisa made peanut butter jelly.
What do you
see?
mean?
Fucking Waylon runs into this thing like Francisco fucking Health a Lot.
Honey is awesome.
That's what he does. That's what he does. He runs in here like Francisco Health a Lot, and he's like, fucking, you throw some honey on some peanut butter, and it's like fucking, it's, And what's funny is he's right. He's right though. He's right. It tastes amazing. It's good stuff. I like that.
So bread part's not so good for you though. It's not great.
Well, yeah, depending. If you get that old school fucking bread, Mother Mary made, like back in the day. Like, that Jesus bread, you get that kind of bread and you throw some honey on it, you're good to go.
Oh, man, some homemade bread. My mom used to make it.
I can only do beets once in a great while, and and that's like one slice and maybe a couple bites of that slice. Ugh.
Wait, so you're saying so that everybody, you heard it here first. Giggler only beats every once in a while, guys. It's
only once in a while, just one slice. It's not an everyday thing.
Not an everyday eat. All right. Anyway, on that note, that's fun. You guys, it's been a good night. I appreciate everybody coming. It's I feel like it's a subject could go on and on all day.
Yep.
Steve-O, I haven't heard from you in a while. What's up? You got any like favorite foods or like foods that you haven't tried that you'd like to try? You want to try that poop soup? We saw that in there's a literal soup that has like like a bull turd in it over in China.
It has a what turd?
I think it's from a bull. I'm not going to look it up because we've looked it up before. But Steve-O, you're muted. I'm sorry. I don't know if you know. Pickle beets, yum. That could be good.
No, I mean I do. I like seafood a lot, and I would like to explore seafood more. It's been so my whole life it's been so expensive that I haven't been able really to afford much of good seafood. But I would like to try more seafood. That would be something that I would enjoy definitely.
I like some seafood, but man, I don't. There's some, like this wiggly stuff, like anything that's like scallions. I don't like those.
Okay, so I'll
Hmm.
be honest with you. I lived with a Asian family and got to experience like true, honest cooked Asian food, and not your local like Panda Express or your local Chinese restaurant. Those are not really. That's like mainstream, what they call garbage Chinese. And
Mm-hmm.
when he made it, I mean, it was a whole different ballpark. It's the white noodle and the slimy little these things. They're unique foods. And then after that, I had a years of experience of eating South American and Asian and Cuban, and I would not even eat anything American. Period.
How many
For a whole
times? How
year.
many times did you throw up?
Good night, Trent.
Good night, Trent.
Not really that many. I'll be
Good night.
honest with you. A lot of stuff that I thought was bad, that I thought was no good, that I thought was weird, was actually really good.
Okay.
See,
All
you
right.
did have a good story for some weird food. I was in Taekwondo as a kid, and we had a
You guys ever heard of
Vietnamese family,
pupusas?
and that we had like a Christmas party where it was like a potluck. And so this kid's mom brought in some, some real authentic homemade, Vietnamese, I think wontons and some other dishes. And man, I fell in love with wontons that day. And I just never went back, man. I make them at
So
home now.
can you Waylon, can you make wontons yourself?
Not from scratch, but I can buy them, and I can do the oil. Like it's not
Pretty
it's
simple.
not it's not hard, but it's also not easy for someone who's not a cook to be able to do it just right with the oil and stuff. Like you can overcook
No,
it.
no, 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 no. I'm gonna hold you accountable to this. I'm gonna come over to your house. You're gonna make wontons, and I'm gonna try them.
Lock my door. Oh, okay.
Lock my door.
I see how it
You
is.
ever had
Yeah.
pupusas? You ever
Good
had
night,
pupusa?
Charlene. Say again.
It's a pupusas. They're like South American,
Kombucha.
Guatemalan. No, pupusas. You definitely have not had them.
The busas.
So, pupusa. They're South American. They're it's almost like a masa with meat or whatever kind of mixed in with it, and it's made into a fat patty, and it's grilled on a grill, and it's got like cheese inside of it sometimes, and you dip them. So then they come in these once they grill them, they're in these really soft patty that tear apart, and they add this like tomato sauce almost on them, and cabbage. Or they come with cabbage and this tomato sauce, like this soup, and you just pour it right over the top of them, and then you tear them apart and add the cabbage and you eat them. I'm telling you, from South America, it's the best damn things I've ever had. They're called pupusa.
I did have
And
some authentic Iraqi food when I was in Iraq. It was
I
just
got
like,
on a really binge for a year, not eating no American food, period. It had to
yeah.
be South American, Cuban, Guatemalan. I went to Jamaican. I had to have anything different. It had to be something different.
It's always good to
Nice.
do when you travel for sure. I'd like to try to change it up more. That's all. That's really my
I would
goal.
love to travel and really eat
Change
and
it up.
experience all kinds of different foods.
My son is very picky, and it's hard. It's really hard, guys. With the autism, it's like I
Hey
can
guys,
try.
sorry, I apologize. I gotta go.
It's all
I have
good.
something I have to attend to.
Yeah,
You guys
no
have a
worries.
wonderful night. Thank you
Thanks
for
for
having
hanging
me. I
Sure.
appreciate the time. You guys have a wonderful night.
All right,
Enjoy.
Coach. Have a good
Later.
one.
So, have you seen my apparel lately?
No, let's check it out before we get going, bro. Let me see what you got. Got
So
Giggler.
I
Thanks,
am
everybody.
I'm doing now. It's completely DTF print. So printing now. It's everything is. So what you were looking at was a hustle and grind emblem, and that's my new that's my new stuff that I'm coming out with. It's just one that I came out with and everybody seemed to attach to, so I can do different color schemes on it. Also, that's my new logo, but I've got DTS. So what I do is I order DTS now, and I don't do any of the old school printing or any of that. You get top quality prints whenever you order from me. You're getting top quality. This stuff lasts just like screen printing, but even longer. So your images come out pristine.
Raising that quality up. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Increasing
And
that
then
quality.
not only that, I increased the way I do shipping. So now you get everything in a mailer bag, and everything's professionally shipped with labels, shipping labels, everything complete. So high quality merchandise, quality prints, things that will last, guaranteed. As you see, I made my own shirt.
Nice.
And then I did this one was an event that Sam's getting ready to do.
Let me try to fix it.
Sam's trying to do an event, but I made an event shirt, but I guess some of the people decided to cancel on the event, so we had to cancel this shirt immediately, but it was something I created from scratch. My programs now, I can do everything, edit everything, create anything that you want. So I've done step my game.
Create me $1 million. I need that printed out.
Nice.
Just one, right, Steve-O? Like one for you, one for me. That's all we need. We don't need.
Yeah. So Giggler, you still owe us a couple shirts. Are you going to do it with the DTF prints, or what's up with it?
I could.
Nah.
I could. Yeah.
No, that's great. I'm glad to see you're doing good, man. We haven't seen you in months, and then tonight.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Here you are promoting a good new business that you have, and it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. I haven't seen you guys in a while. I've been trying to catch you guys, but I catch your lives later. So I just catch all your little feeds here and there. So
it is what it is, man. You go live too. It's very difficult for anyone that does a show or does a live, does streams, even random ones, to have that time to go and watch other people. So that's what this show is for. That's what this show is for. All of us, everybody up here on the screen, does our own individual things, and then boom, Thursdays is that come back together type of place, you know.
Well, and that's what where the communities are trying to pull together again, even though we've all kind of just split away from each other. Well, it's trying to forget about the bullshit and see if we can come together anymore, and forget the people that are about drama. Leave them people in the past, but the ones that want to drop anything, let's just move on with our communities, and be one again.
It's a thing, man. People are people. You're always going to run into. You're always going to bump into people.
Run into that. That's what I tell people.
It's a thing. Yeah, and I'm realizing, Steve-O, that we never did get a. We never there's people still hanging out. We got 17 people watching still. If you want to talk about it now, you're welcome to. We can talk about it all week, at least until next week. Well, it's up to you. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm not sure.
I know. I'm sorry, man. I didn't even I didn't think about when you were gonna there was never you got to just jump in there and throw it out. It's up to you.
There is something that
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, while we've got people in the house, as a matter of fact, I do have some breaking news. As a matter of fact, certified breaking news that's coming up today. I've got an announcement I'd like to make. It's a big deal for me, and I want to invite everybody next Thursday night to join me in a new show that I'm going to be doing. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Central Time, and it's going to be on Grove Fan Homestead, and it's going to be called Turpy Thursdays with Sir Steve-O, and it's going to start this December. So if everybody like to come join me in my inaugural session this Thursday, that'd be great. It's going to be something different. We're going to be talking about education on terpenes and cannabinoids. We're going to see some cool videos, have some great guests, and we're going to have a good time. At the end of that, of course, directly after we have people in the boxes. I may not be starting the show every week for that reason, but you guys are going to see me coming through and showing support for people in the boxes. It's a great show, and but I do hope to see everybody there. I want to invite everybody to come join me this week. We're going to have lots of good giveaways, and we're going to be celebrating my inaugural show. And that's certified news right there for you.
I need you to do me a favor. Go to the settings cogwheel, Steve-O.
Okay.
And it immediately pulls up your camera and the camera resolution on the right hand side. Are you streaming in 1080p?
Yeah. Should I bring it down a notch?
No, you were pixelating a lot during that. You look better right this minute, but for some reason, I don't know. Did anyone else you see that, Giggler? It was like
I did, and see when I go 1080p, mine's choppy right now.
Okay, I switched. I went down to
seems like
7.
you know what I've been noticing, and this is something I don't mean to interrupt, but Waylon, but lately in the last 2 days, 4 days, something like that, StreamYard's been their 1080p has been horrible. I backed off the 480p, and my picture was better. And I was like, what the? Wow.
480? Wow.
I went all the way down to 480, and I was able to get a better picture than right now. I'm at 1080. Look how nasty my picture looks. It just.
We'll do it one more time, guys. Terpy Thursdays with your man, the Terp Master,
Steve-O.
Appreciate
Sir
that.
Terps.
Yeah.
I've been seeing you. You know what? You came up a lot, Steve-O. You used to be a quiet one on the show. You sat back and then you started interacting more, and next thing I know, you're part of the Waylon show, and part of your guys is just certified everything, and there's all this neat stuff coming up, and you've really gone to another level, bro. Congratulations. I like it.
That's right. The Terp Man cometh. The Terp Man cometh. He's the certified Terp Master on Thursdays, y'all.
That's right. That's right.
That's
Terp
right.
Master Thursdays. I like that a lot. Terp Master
Thursday. That would be cool. That would be Sir Terp Thursdays. With
I thought of Sir
Steve.
I thought of Sir Turbo, but then I thought Sir Turpy.
Sir Turpy.
Thanks, Joe.
But
yeah, I know there's a lot of people I know there's a lot of people that I can count on to be there, but I want to give an open invite to everybody. Try out something new, something cool, to start off your Thursday evening before you guys head over here.
People need to learn about terps too, and they don't know. There's not enough knowledge in terps.
Yeah,
seriously.
I love the way people will take a dab or have a nice point, and they talk about how good it tastes and the flavor and things of that sort, the aromas, and it's like they don't realize that entourage effect of the terpenes is giving them a lot of medicinal benefits. That's making that THC effect seem even better, even stronger, and uplifting a better mood. THC is in everything because, like distillate, try dabbing distillate and see if it makes you feel
I don't
good
like
a
it.
regular, because it doesn't have any terpenes in it.
Yeah,
so
I didn't like. I was like, "Well, this doesn't work the same. It's not the same."
You want to do a dab right now?
We'll be talking about things just like that on the show, and I think that there's going to be a lot of good, stuff. We're going to have some fun with, especially with dabs. That's one of the best ways to get your terpenes. That's for sure.
That's for darn sure. I do nothing but dab. I really don't smoke flower anymore. I really haven't come across a couple good batches of flower, should I say, per se, in the last year. But I really haven't smoked maybe a quarter ounce of some flower at the most. in the whole year.
Do you do
But
edibles, Giggler?
I would, but I'm so like, I don't know how to explain it. So I buy a half a gram a day, and to control my actual, if I buy a gram, I'll smoke the gram. If I buy a half
Well,
gram,
I
I
get
can
that. I'm
control.
asking you if
So
edibles do anything for you. If you're someone who can
they
enjoy an
have,
edible.
and it depends on the level. I have gotten good experience with them, and I've had some somewhat not good experiences. So
Like bad
yes and no.
experience?
Right.
Well, no, just not getting the actual effect that I should have.
Oh,
Maybe
that's what
not.
I was wondering. Okay.
Yeah, not that it was a bad experience, like a bad trip, but it was just that I wasn't getting what I should have personally have gotten out of that. You see, that's the dabber I should really honestly have right there.
Yeah, that
I
thing is
saw
very.
those at Champs trade show when they were first coming out. They
For
weren't even.
real.
Yeah, they weren't even a thing. The guy was like, "They're gonna improve these better and better," and I was like, "Cause I, the same concept. See, I wanted a way for me to have the fact that I have my ability to hold it here. I have the holder. I just needed a unit to come out and heat up my banger. But they did the exact same thing and that was in my thought in my brain how to make it. But I didn't want it to be uh, uh, propane. I wanted it to be electronic. So I wanted you to have a USB where you charge it up like a G pin, and you hit the button back here, and it heats up the rig, and you drop it in.
Cheers.
But I was looking at that one at the Champs Trade Show, going, I wish I had money, man. If I had money, I'd be making something. It's taken me go
Same for
homeless
all of us.
twice this year going homeless and fixing myself, bringing myself back on my feet, really getting myself back into security work and taking some of that money and putting it back into my company. That's the only way I got back on my feet.
Well, 2024 is going to be a great year for all of us, man. I just know it.
Yeah, I'm looking
Like
positive for the next year.
Giggler, most people who are successful have failed. You have to, take that into account.
I know that.
And
That's
I
why
mean,
I've been stay
I said
positive.
most because it depends on what you measure, but success with. But yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I keep trying to wrap it up, but I keep thinking, man, we never even pulled up any pictures. Anyway, I think we'll just save that for another food episode sometime. But I thought about getting pulled up
yours.
pictures. Say again?
We saw your pictures from your.
Well, if you had any, we could pull them up. Did you have any?
I think I might have taken a couple, but no, I didn't focus on it. If I took it, it's of people, and that would be boring.
Well, I was just making sure that you didn't have any. I just meant like we could have pulled up like a list of top 10, favorite foods or something. There had been some like good pictures to look at or whatever, but that's all right. I think we had a lot to talk about without it. Everybody has some opinions on food, and I think that's a good episode. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night.
Enjoy.
Again,
Thank you. I
again
appreciate
for
you guys. Thank you.
I love the hat, man. I didn't say anything about the hat, but I love the hat. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, you like that?
Custom hat now.
Yeah, these just might be available soon if I have enough interest. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
I still have shirt. I had to give away the rest of my shirts because nobody wanted them. That's okay. One day maybe I'll buy it.
Well, I gave away the last. Yeah, I gave away the last couple because they were mediums, and so I found a couple people that wanted them.
Mediums. All right, guys. Good night. See those pop through here. See those. What's up, bro? If you're still hanging out, everybody have a good night. You got Sir Stevo tomorrow night for and I it's at 6, right? Because I always think it's at 7 because it's at 7 on the East Coast.
But the IWKs are earlier at 6 p.m.
Right. 6
p.m.
Central Time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
mine and Kim's show on Wednesdays at 7, so that's the difference.
Right. That's why I'm getting confused. All right,
Mm.
everybody. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Central Time. And then we got game night on Sunday. Gonna be doing another giveaway. I get paid tomorrow. I'll be so happy. I'll be able to breathe for like 3 days,
Yeah.
and then it'll be like, ah.
And we've got Sunday Fun Day with Kim at 2.
Oh yeah, don't forget about that, guys. Kim has a show
Mhm.
on Sundays now, and that is at 2 Central Time. And
What? Oh yeah.
right, yeah, one Mountain Time. That's what we got. And then you're doing bean reviews on that show too, right? Or I guess
No, not yet. I'm planning on developing a bean review show. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna interview different breeders and stuff like that.
cool. Hell
But
yeah,
no,
we'll
I'm
be
not
looking
doing
for that.
bean reviews right now. I don't know how to do that. I have to wrap my brain around it.
Okay, well you got room to grow then,
Yeah.
figuratively and literally. All right,
No,
peace out, y'all.
right now, Sunday's just about celebration of family and sponsors. So
And that's fun. That's packed. It's packed already doing that, so it's tough to put anything else in there. But yeah, thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good night. If you haven't hit the like button, do that, of course. Peace out, y'all.
Peace. Peace.